Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Nameless. And we are on the first split to get a bad path for Lance. So I'm going to do the bad path. I think it would be better. I know that the guide recommends, doing the good path and then going back, but I want to do the bad paths first because I just feel like that's better. Because then we get them out of the way and it's traumatizing and it's sad, and then we can go, and at the very end of the path, we get a happy memory. So we are going to go back to the classroom because that will give us a bad path. I might get misunderstood again for following him. Since he has so many fans, I can't be reckless. But I couldn't stay at the cafeteria any longer because I worried about him. I got my leftover salad and stood up from my seat. You're leaving? Yeah, I don't feel like eating anymore. I'll be at the classroom. I said bye to Soy and came out of the cafeteria. I was tired from having all the girls stare at me the whole day. I'm tired of getting so much attention when I'm around the dolls. I want to go somewhere where no one's around. I tried to think of somewhere that'd be empty. Oh, should I go to the rooftop? I better go to the rooftop and get some air and peace. Oh my god, are we gonna die? I walk up the stairs to the roof. Oh, it's only 4 stories up, but it's been too long since I had any form of exercise. I stood in front of the door, hoping no one would be there, and opened the door. The door opened and I saw the clear open sky. Huh. There was one other person on the roof. We chose not to go after him, though, so okay. It was Lance. It was the second time seeing him, first at the cafeteria. So this is weird. Follow Lance and don't follow Lance goes to the same thing? I guess it makes a difference? Huh. I'm just trying to see. This is weird. It said follow him, and I chose the opposite, right? I hoped no one would be here, but this was better. I already had something to say, and this was my chance. Oh, you were here. Did you come to get some air? I came to get some air, too. The cafeteria got really tense after you basically burned it down. I thought it'd be better to at least get some fresh air. Burned down? Lance looked at me questioningly. Anyways, I'm glad, Lance. I have something to say. Lance stared at me. Go on. About that girl earlier. I think she was just being friendly. You were too brutal towards her. Okay, so we're basically like, you're too mean to people, and it's a bad thing. So that's why it's bad. But if we follow him, it's normally like, are you okay? Like, that girl? Lance looked clueless. What? Did he forget already? At the cafeteria, I think you embarrassed her too much. You don't have to be so quiet in the cafeteria, you know. It's not the library. Oh, you mean the girl who sat next to me. Lance seems to finally remember. It's nothing you should care about. I just did not like that person by my side, and I only expressed my feelings. He was too self-assured. I felt like I instead had to compliment him for being honest, seeing the way he was so unashamed of what he did. And that person was rude. I do not like her talking about you like that. What? Lance abruptly stopped talking. Well, it is none of your business. Of course, it's none of my business, too. He was still expressionless, but he seemed sulky. Seeing his face, I felt butterflies in my stomach for some reason. Oops. I felt like I wouldn't be able to say what I wanted to like this, so I shook my head. I have to say what I want. Lance, what I wanted to say is, you still have to be polite to other people. You know, manners. Lance is cold. And in that coldness, I can't find any kindness toward other people. So this is why it's a bad path, I guess, because you're kind of berating him, where maybe if you ran after him, it'd be like you're concerned about his feelings, and this is more like, you know what, stop being a dick, and it kind of just breaks him. I first thought it's because he's a doll, but not all dolls were like that. I can't really explain, but unlike the other boys, I think Lance is missing some sort of peace in his mind. I think the sense of distance he has toward others, like what I saw earlier, is a result of that. Every time I see that, I get worried. What is that politeness you talk about? Lance asked with vacant eyes. Those eyes were without malice and were genuinely asking me what it was. He must really not know. I'm saying you didn't have to be so harsh earlier in the cafeteria. You especially have to be a bit nicer to girls. I think that is quite sexist. It's because girls are more sensitive. Probably. Sensitive. Yes, we get hurt for tiny things. For example, girls feel hurt when you don't say thanks when they hand you bread, or coldly refuse when they ask for help about solving a math problem, and when you ignore their texts. Did you just say text? I must have overworked myself while listing everything. Lance cut me and asked, and he stared at me with a strange expression. Yeah, if you don't reply, it makes them think you don't care about them and they feel sad. Oh, don't take it the wrong way. It doesn't mean that I care about those things. I added, remembering I texted Lance this morning. He won't care about that, would he? I mean, what I'm trying to say is... Okay. I should just directly tell him about the things that worry me. What I'm worried about is actually... You seem to build a wall around yourself. Then you might really become a loner one day. T, Yinho, Red, Yuri, and I might become the only people you have. I remember the moment Grandpa passed away. I still remember what made me buy the dolls. I can clearly recall the things I felt when I became alone in the empty house. Then, I hid myself behind the dolls I bought and built an invisible wall so others can't enter. Then It's okay to take it slow, so try to be a bit nicer to others. Just a bit. I unknowingly ended up pleading. I know how hard it is to be alone. So I didn't want that for Lance. I'm curious how this is going to end up being a bad path, but it's probably just going to be like a game over, but especially since Lance was the only one who was by me when I felt lonely. I am okay with how things are. Lance said in his emotionless, cold voice. But if that is what you wish, I will consider it. I lost words at what he added last. I was surprised he didn't say it's none of my business. But what that person said earlier... Lance tried to continue but stopped. Never mind. I will try to show whatever that manner you call is. And... Yes? I was thinking Lance talked more than usual when he hesitated. You can eat next to me, if you are comfortable with it. Oh. You seemed to hesitate earlier. The bell rang to announce lunch was over. Thump, thump, thump. My heart pounded louder than the bell. What was that? It wasn't anything fancy. When we go out this way, I'll open the door. Was my heart pounding? Lance opened the door and looked at me. His eyes sparkled beautifully. His silver hair caught in the wind and enraptured my eyes. During fifth period, I couldn't focus at all because of what Lance had said.
Hey.
Yeah?
Can you give me your smartphone again? I'll download some apps for you.
What? Oh, okay. I took out my smartphone from my bag and handed it to Soy.
Since you have a smartphone, you have to become a smart woman. No?
Only the device is smart. The owner is still old school. I tried using it, but it's so hard.
I'll teach you everything. Here, I'll give you my number.
I already have it.
Really?
Of course, I already have Shinbi's too. I know how to do that, you know. Besides, I didn't even have a lot of numbers in my old phone. My parents, who are overseas, my favorite Chinese place, and Soy and Shinbi were all the numbers I had.
All right, then. Right now, I, your dearest friend, will download all the necessary apps for you to become a smart woman. There's a fun little app called Twinter that lets you share whatever you want to say with your friends.
Twitter? Really? I don't know what that is, but please go ahead. I couldn't be bothered to do anything until now, but I felt curious now, seeing Soy be so excited. Well, since I own a smartphone now, I should at least try everything Soy recommends.
Wait, I will download everything for you myself.
Soy's hands got busy. Wow, so fast. My mouth dropped down at seeing her hands move around so fast. What? You got a new phone? Is that the new Omnibus G? What is it like? Other girls saw my smartphone and swarmed over here. They seemed to be interested since it was a new model. I don't really know yet. I just got it.
Haha, when I first got a smartphone, I had no idea how to use it. But when you get used to it, it's seriously a totally different world. It's like the whole universe in that tiny phone. Wait, I saw it on the internet. This model has a really cool function. Oh my god!
What? One girl looked behind me and was surprised. I turned around to see what was behind me.
Lance uses the same model!
One girl shouted out loud as if she just discovered something. Next to Lance's textbook was the phone I have. Everyone was talking about Lance's phone, but Lance didn't care at all.
I mean, this model is the most popular one nowadays.
It's a secret that Yuri just bought the same phone for everyone.
Here's Spacey. I downloaded everything.
You're really fast. Thanks.
Now, since I got you everything, let's text. I have something to say.
So I took out her phone and touched the screen. Again, she was so fast I could barely see her fingers. Will my fingers get that fast when I get used to it? Soon, Soy's text arrived.
This is Soy Intelligence Agency. Respond, over.
Intelligence agency?
I will report the situation. Situation Ice Arrow successfully terminated. Over.
Situation Ice Arrow? What's that?
I really like that typo.
I wasn't sure. What's that? I wasn't sure if that was on purpose or not, because I was like, but I guess it was.
The fuss in the cafeteria earlier. You went out in the middle. I thought you'd want to know what happened. Why? Don't you want me to tell you?
It wasn't that I didn't want it. My expression must have gone strange. It was because I felt as if Soy was oddly ignoring me from a while ago. She misunderstood my silence and continued to text.
You should have seen what happened after you left.
Come to think of it, that girl seemed really shocked. What happened? Did she cry?
Of course.
And a lot. Like, sobbing a lot. Of course she cried.
She cried saying that Lance looked at her and talked when he usually doesn't give a damn. She was so happy she sobbed. Thanks to Ice Prince, I didn't spend a single dime today. Heart. How is it? You got the text?
Yeah, every single one of it. The phone wasn't hard to use, but those texts gave me a headache.
Hey, now that you have a smartphone, let's talk very often, okay?
Okay.
Eat! Class is about to start. Last class of the day, comrade. Hope you survive. Fight on.
You too. It seems the girl didn't feel hurt after all. Is she an iron lady with a steel heart? Or just a secret pervert? Thinking about the cafeteria naturally reminded me of what happened at the rooftop. What was that? Why did my heart pound at seeing Lance? I was about to wonder when the teacher entered to start class. I should push this thought back for now. I am definitely not evading it. Definitely not. Then my smartphone quietly rang. I expected it to be Soy and turned the screen on. While the teacher was opening his book, I checked it quickly. On a text I sent this morning was a small text bubble. Oh. How is this a bad path? He's just like... I wonder if it's going to be like the other, like with the cat pat, like the one we got where it's just game over and you're like, what? Like random, because this seems like so sweet. He's like, he just thanked us. Aww. I bet you skipped lunch, right? Text me if you're hungry. Darling, I'm a better man than the Ice Prince. Oh my god, if anyone gets a hand on our phone. And Soy was just on this. Can we, like, respond to these? I want to respond to these. Oh, so this is her whole thing. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Did you eat lunch? It's chaos here because of the Ice Prince. Complete chaos. This is Soy Intelligence Agency. Respond. Over. I will report the situation. Situation Ice Arrow successfully terminated. I really like the typo. Okay, sweet. Of course, and a lot, like sobbing a lot. She cried, saying that Lance looked at her and talked when he usually doesn't give a damn. She was so happy she sobbed. The whole cafeteria must have been touched since they rang the golden bell. Thanks to that, I ate my lunch for free. Okay. Oh, he thanked us. It was from Lance. Is he still thinking about what I said earlier? I turned around and found Lance staring out the window without any expression. My face, on the other hand, heated up a bit. Again, how is this? This said a bad path. Where do you get the bad ending? This is what I don't understand. Oh, this is a long bad ending. Oh. Oh, I should have read that. Oh, damn. I didn't realize that. I thought it was gonna kind of end after that, but I just scrolled down because I was looking at this thing where you save before the choice. And then bad ending. It's bad ending. It's save 1, but it's bad ending 2. But then it says note that you'll pass through multiple chapters. Okay, maybe we should. Ugh, fuck. We already we're halfway in, but I wanted to go get the bad endings first, but I didn't realize that this would be like this. You know what I mean? I don't want to go forever reading the story to get a bad ending. Especially because you got to choose different things, and then when we get the good path, we'll have to skip through a lot. Oh shit. Oh, I'm so confused as to what to do right now. Let me see something. Yeah, you're pretty much going to go through all the chapters. So while I don't want to do a bad ending at the end, I'm really So my problem is if we continue this path, right? We got to go down here and there's choices that we have to make in order to get the bad ending. Then what's going to happen is when we go back and we do the good ending, we're going to have to skip through a bunch of shit and just change our answers for choices. But I'm just oh god, I don't know what to do, guys. I don't want to do a bunch of I don't want to read through because you literally 3, 2. Yeah, you go through the whole game. Cuz you have to cuz there's a point where in the last there's one other chapter after, but you have to pass exams and this is failed exams. No, you have to go through the whole entire freaking game. You go through the whole entire game, all of the chapters to get to the bad ending. Oh fuck. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I don't want to read through the whole game choosing the bad shit. Everybody else's bad endings are, well, no. I don't want to end our paths with them on bad endings. You know what I'm saying? I like how we usually go through the game. We do the bad endings and then we end on the happy, beautiful endings. But in this one, I'm concerned because we have to go through and purposely choose all of the wrong things. And then we have to go back. We're gonna skip through everything to get the right answers. And maybe that's not the right thing to do. Like, I normally like it where we go through and we do this and then we get a bad ending and then we start back in and then we go down the right path and you know what I mean, like the branching paths for the bad endings are short. This one is playing the rest of his entire path, making all the wrong choices. Oh, I know I'm sitting here and I'm like wasting time, but I don't know what to do. I almost don't want to do that because I almost don't want to fuck. I guess I should have looked at that first. Well, all right, you know what? We're invested. We're going to go down. We're going to keep doing the bad path. I hate to do it because I feel like then we're reading through the whole game, the whole chapter of his, just to go down the terrible path. But I don't know. I guess maybe we should have started kind of going down the good path. Because the second bad ending, or the first bad ending technically, is almost at the end. And then we could skip through a bunch of this just to, you know what I mean? And then we would only have to do a little bit of this before. I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to save this obviously we're saving here. I'm going to go back and go down the normal path, the good path, because we're in whatever the Ice Prince chapter. Oh, now we just started department store. There are 2 other chapters, and at the very end of there's this chapter and then 2 more. And at the end of the second one after this, that's where we branch off to the first bad ending, which you have one choice to make after that. And then that's where and that's the bad path. And I think we'll do that because then we get more of the good path answers. We can go back and then do this bad path. Because then we can skip through most of it that we've already read and there won't be too much new stuff to read. I don't know. Or then you can let me know. Do you want to just go down the good path and then do the bad paths? I really feel weird about our first one being this long of a bad path where we literally have to play the entire freaking game. So I am going to, we already did just save this, so I'm going to load back to this one where we do the choice. And I'm pretty sure a lot of it, we're going to follow him. And like I said, let me know because we've got time between actually, we probably don't. Honestly, because I try to record ahead. So, well, you know what? We probably do. You'll see this. I'll probably be recording and we'll see what happens by the time I get to that. We'll do at least that one bad path, but I'm just not really sure. I've got to think about it more and we're wasting time with me thinking about it. I don't want to go through the whole entire game and like read everything and make all the wrong choices and then so I prefer let's just go down. We've got it saved. Let's go down. Let's get the first bad ending, which is further in. So we'll make all of our right choices. Then if we decide to do this bad ending, we can skip through a bunch of stuff to just choose the wrong answers. And then we don't ruin as much, maybe. I'm just really concerned about, I don't know. I just feel bad that we like, oh, look, our happy path is beautiful. Now let's go see the trauma. But maybe that's better in this game just because it seems like there's a couple of paths aside from Lance's. Most of them are short. But there are a couple I was scrolling through that you go through multiple chapters and I just feel like that kind of ruins it if we're choosing purposely the wrong things. So maybe for the sake of enjoying the characters in the chapters, we should just do the good paths. I don't know. Let me know what you think. We'll see what happens. But anyway, so I'm worried. I carefully come out of the cafeteria using the back door, and I carefully follow Lance. He's definitely headed toward the roof. I follow Lance to the rooftop and open the door after carefully peering around. I think we have the same conversation with him, but I opened the door and found Lance standing in front of the railing. Lance? Hearing my voice, Lance turned around. What are you doing here? He had an inscrutable look. Wait. Whew. I barely caught my breath and look up at him. Phew! Couldn't even look at him all day because of the other girls. I see you ran up here. Yeah, I had something to say, so I followed you. He looks shocked. Lance looks a bit surprised. Did I bother you in any way? Oh, no, that was him. Did I bother you in any way? Go on. About the girl earlier, I think she was just being friendly. You were too brutal toward her. That girl. Lance looked clueless. What? Did he forget already? I'm going to skip everything. Okay, so yeah. So this is basically everything that went on. And then he texts us, and we've seen all these, so... I'm a better man than the Ice Prince. And we already saw her text, and we saw his. Okay. So it was from Lance. Is he still thinking about what I said? Okay. So yes, we're gonna... I mean, we already saved here, but I'm just gonna save over that. Okay, so that's the... We know that's the... Okay, so now we're on the decent path. It really didn't change much of anything. I'd rather go down the good path and we'll do the first bad ending. And then by that point, you guys can let me know. Maybe I won't have recorded too much of the rest of the good path, or we can jump back. I don't know. We'll see. I don't like doing the good. I don't like doing the bad endings at the end because I feel like it just ruins their path. But I want to get them out of the way, and then the end one is happy, happy path. But maybe in Lance's case, we have to do the bad ending. At least one of them. We have to do one of them at the end because I feel like it ruins too much of the story otherwise. But we'll see what happens. There's not too much that changes. There's like 2 chapters that we would kind of screw up. So I guess we could do it. But for now, we'll go on and we'll do the one ending. So we go through 3 chapters doing the right choices. So anyway. Oh, hi. They didn't. Okay, anyway. Don't worry. Your parents will come and get you soon. My parents won't come. I came here with my grandpa. Young percents. It's supposed to be us. Oh, really? I'm not worried. Grandpa will definitely come. Sunday morning. I wanted to sleep in since it's the weekend, but I woke up early from habit. Even after rolling around in the bed and trying not to get up, it was only 10. Huh! I don't want to get up early. It's 10. 10 is my normal roll out of bedtime. That's my sleeping in. Sometimes I'll sleep until 11. Usually the bird hears me. He screams. As soon as I open my eyes, I immediately reach for my smartphone. I fell asleep while texting with Soy all night. I have a text. You should put your underwear in the washing machine. What is she saying? Major news. What is it? Shinbi's going to be on Hogue magazine. Hogue? Is it famous? Like Vogue. Of course, it's famous all over the world. Do you know how honorable it is for a model to have a spread on that magazine? No, I don't. That's what I thought. God. Oh, are you taking the limo tomorrow? Probably. So jealous. You wouldn't be able to say that if you actually try it. The rich ones are always at ease. Oh, my parents are calling. See you tomorrow. You should put your underwear in the washing machine. Look at this pretty face. Lance and I have recently been texting a couple times every day. Ever since that day with Lance on the rooftop, he's been responding to all of my texts. Is he still thinking about that? But, underwear? My face turned red and I abruptly got out of bed. Diary, that's what we have to do. We haven't... What was the last one we read? I think we definitely read the second. I don't know if we read the rest of these. So let's read these in the this part. So, I can't believe it's already been a week since I started going to school with the dolls. This morning I was so surprised that Red just burst into my room without knocking. And what's with him calling me the heroine? I think he watched too many cartoons. Besides, he started calling Yinho Yellow and T the commander. Red must like playing action heroes. T suddenly took up a part-time job. I think I said that already. I wanted to go to the cafe T works at. What kind of a place is it? Soy wanted to go, but we've been putting it off since Shinbi was busy with her photo shoots. Shinbi must be really busy these days. I wish her luck. Mr. Eugen's class was such a shock. I was so scared Yinho or Lance might be sacrificed. In the afternoon, I went to the cafe Banjul with Soy and Shinbi. Soy's eyes started splattering out hearts as soon as she saw T, which it totally did. T looked so nice in his uniform. The other waiter called Zion and the manager, Mr. Hoban, were all very handsome. They should literally just call it the Hot Guys Cafe instead of Banjul. When I went out with my friends, I was surprised at myself for thinking of home. I think I'm already so used to living with the dolls. If this is a dream, I don't want to wake up. I'm worried that Yuri is really doing weird things outside. I can't help but get suspicious since he brought me a smartphone and covers himself with expensive clothes. He's not going around scamming people, right? I shouldn't think this way. I saw Yinho secretly hide the cookies somewhere in the kitchen. Saw Yinho secretly hide the cookies somewhere in the kitchen. He's so cute, really. Sometimes I see Lance just staring at the sky. That bothers me a bit. I like how there's, random no spaces. I was so surprised that Yinho suddenly disappeared today. So many thoughts came to my mind. I thought, maybe it's time for the dream to end. But I was so glad we eventually found him. It's so amazing that he can talk with animals. I'm sad that he can't be with John, but thank God Yinho's safe. I don't ever want to part with the dolls. I want to be with them forever. But is this asking for too much? I had a dream. We were playing some sort of game with Yinho, Yuri, and Lance were in one circle, and T and Red were standing separately far away. Yuri smiled and stepped out of the circle. What does that mean? Yeah, what does that mean? And you know, Yinho, Yuri, and Lance are the first ones, and T and Red are in their own. But then Yuri smiled and stepped out of the circle. That's interesting. Lance's nickname is Ice Prince. He might be the perfect prince to be the discipline guide. He doesn't talk much at home, but he talks less at the academy. I hope there comes a day when we can actually have an honest conversation. Ever since we talked outside of the house, I can't get him out of my mind for some reason. I keep thinking of what happened with Lance at the roof. Why did my heart jump? I'm a bit touched that he said he'd try to be nicer to others. I hope good people gather around him. Oh, and I'm glad Yinho adjusted so well at the academy. He didn't just adjust, he's really popular. Ooh, look, it's my birthday! I had a dream, but I don't remember what it was about. I've been hearing this weird voice in my dreams these days. If I tell someone about this, I'll just end up worrying them. T grumbled about putting off laundry because of his work. He can be such a mom sometimes. Okay, so we'll talk about our underpants when we come back in the next part. So anyway, I am going to wrap this part up here. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up. I'm sorry. And subscribe to see more.